What do you do when you have extra potting soil? You plant more potatoes. Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I am on the side of my house and I found some additional Fox Farm Happy Frog soil and I had containers and I have potatoes, so we're planting potatoes today. Now, it's not like I need any potatoes at all in my garden this year. I have so many potatoes already that I should be able to easily get my year's supply of potatoes for the season. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I have potatoes in all of these containers right here. All of these containers are different types of potatoes. There are early potatoes, there are late potatoes, there are mid-season potatoes, there are fingerling potatoes, there are red potatoes, there are white potatoes, there are yellow potatoes. And I have container after container of potatoes already. And then I have more containers right here in the middle. And then I have a whole metal bed. This metal raised bed, this is a Vego Garden metal raised bed. It is set up into, I think it's 6 feet long, I could be wrong. And it's 3.5 feet wide, and it's set up with all mid-season and late season potatoes. I believe there's 28 spots, I believe, in there, and they're already starting to bloom. Look at that. You see this? Anytime your potato plants start to flower, that means that there are potatoes growing down below. So here's another place where they're starting to flower. So that means that these potatoes are doing what they need to do. Here's a little container right here of potatoes that just broke ground. And this is a Eva mid-season potato. And then over here, this particular container and the one right beside it, both of these containers of potatoes, I started indoors back in the winter. And this one is just a few weeks out from harvesting. You can see they're already starting to die back on the side here. It had flowers many, many, many months ago. So with all of these potatoes, you say, Kim, why are you planting more potatoes? Why would you plant more? Well, the reason why I'm going to go ahead and plant more potatoes is because I have them. And so I ordered way too many seed potatoes this year, but that's not new. I do that every year. I order way too many seed potatoes. But because I have the seed potatoes, we're going to go ahead and plant them as well. And I can share with even more family and friends. While I'm walking past this bed, let me share with you. Now I have this area right here set up, but we can't put potatoes here because we'll be putting sweet potatoes. Those are 25-gallon grow bags. So we'll have sweet potatoes in those two, as well as this. This is a 5-foot long, 3.5-foot wide metal raised bed by Vego Garden. And we'll be putting sweet potatoes in there as well. And that's enough sweet potatoes for my family for a year. So I have potatoes. I have potting soil. I have containers, so why not plant more potatoes so we can get all of the seed potatoes in the ground this year that we possibly can. And that way I can share even more with the family and friends. So I'm at the side of my house, and typically in this space here, I'm growing some type of squash in a container. I've tried growing melons over here, cantaloupe, watermelons, squash, those kind of things over here. But today we are going to fill all of these bags that aren't already full with potatoes. I also, since I'm on the side, let me show you what else I got over here. I have a galvanized tub of strawberries. And there's a blueberry in there. Now I relocated this tub this year from another area. And right here I have one rhubarb that needs to be watered really, really bad. So it's about um, 11 o'clock, I believe, in the morning, not quite 11. And it's going to be an extremely hot and humid day for May 19th. And I wanted to get these in the ground while I'm still in the shade. So I am on the west side of my house, and in less than an hour, I will be in full sun from now until sunset. And this side of the house always get that really warm, hot evening sun. And we're going to get these potatoes in right now. So I have, how many containers? I got 4 containers. Ooh, but I got more than 4 types of potatoes. So the question is, what are we going to grow? We're going to do Lehigh in that container there. What else do we want to do? I have 5 containers. What do we got? So we will do Larate in this container here. And I'm putting pictures of these potatoes so you can see what they are. And I have 3 more containers. What do we want to do? I could put these together. I have a German butterball and a Nicola, and I have this one right here. And I don't have enough of either one of these to go in a container by itself. So we will put these together. Now, I think one of these is a mid-season, and this other one, I believe, is a late-season potato. But we're going to put them in there together. And then what do I have left? Masquerade. Ooh, I have plenty of Masquerade left. So let's put Masquerade in that one. So we're going to put the bananas in one. I'm going to do the bananas instead of that one. We'll do the bananas. Actually, I have enough for everything. So we can put all of these in something. So German butterball, Nicola, they'll go together in one container. Got Masquerade in a container. I got the banana in a container and Lehigh in a container. But everything is dependent on how far this Fox Farm soil goes, because we got to first make sure we got enough dirt to fill these containers. So that's the first step of what we're going to do today. So I'm going to fill my containers about half full, and then I'm going to add my fertilizer. And I actually have my fish and bone meal fertilizer. So we'll be adding fish and bone meal to these containers, and we will just get to it. And I just thought I'd bring you with you as I'm doing more chores. You've seen me plant potatoes before. Now, Fox Farm has become my favorite potting soil. And I did have ocean forest, and I have this happy frog. And the ocean forest does hold a lot more moisture. And I'm finding that it's holding a little bit too much moisture for my leafy greens. So far for everything else, though, it's doing just fine. Now this this fishbone meal, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it stinks. Ooh, it stinks so bad. But it's supposed to be great for root crops, specifically, potatoes. Ooh, stinky. Some of my seed potatoes I've had way too long, and they have very, very long eyes on them. But I didn't have soil, so I was just like, I don't know what to do. So the Lehigh is in. What else? I got my stuff all mixed up now. We'll put banana in this one. Banana is a fingerling potato. That's like a V. That's interesting. All right, this is just going to have to be a bag of mixed potatoes because I really don't have enough of anything to go in here. So we'll put German butterball, masquerade, whatever we can put in there. But it'll be very obvious what's in there because the masquerade potatoes are, they look like a pinto. They're red and white splotched all over. And the German butterball is a white potato. So it'll be obvious which is which in this container. All right, let's add some more soil. Now, this pot back here with the bananas in it, this is a much deeper pot. So I'm gonna add just a couple more, couple layers. I might be messing this one up, but the main supply is already in. These are just extra. All right, so let's talk about what I got done. I had to keep stopping and going and stopping and going, so I turned the camera off, but I am finished with the potatoes. And let me show you what I ended up with, which might be considered a hot mess, but let me show you what I got. So I already had 3 grow bags back here. I had the masquerade already here. There's another masquerade over there, and I had the Nicola there. And I just added Lehigh, German butterball, and I think there's some masquerade in there. This is a bag of bananas. Now this one has a pocket on the side, and I usually don't use this bag, but if I needed to sneak a potato or 2 along the way, you can lift this side panel up and you can pull the potatoes out from the side. I've never used that function though. And then 3 bags of soil got me 2 more containers over here. And these green fabric pots were some of the first fabric pots I got. And the reason why I liked these pots initially was because it had the see-through window right there. So you can see the potatoes growing. And honestly, I never saw a potato grow in that window. And then I kind of moved away from these fabric pots because they're very narrow and tall. And you see I have the tops of them folded down. But when you have extra potatoes, you use whatever you got because you don't want to lose the chance of growing more food. So that's it in the potato area on the west side of the house. Just another small project, just one more thing to get done so we can keep that supply of food coming in. I hope you enjoyed the short video. You've seen me do potatoes before, as many other things, but this just happens to be what I'm working on this weekend. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you'll come back and hang out with me, Kim, at Kim's Cozy Corner. Until next time, bye.